So this reminds me of those BLM protesters that were just going around looting stores and just vandalizing stuff, trying to think that they were making a difference. So now you have these anti-Trump protesters doing the same thing, but this time they're targeting Elon Musk because he's investigating the government. He's trying to save you. Let's play the clip.
I'm worried that Trump is on the edge of creating a civil war. He alluded to it more than once. He alluded to the fact that if he did not get reelected, that there could be a civil war. What does Trump expect? Oh, I believe he expects violence. I believe he expects confrontation. I believe he's working toward a civil war.
So these type of speeches, guys, are the ones that get the Democrats riled up to go loot and just go cause violence and chaos, thinking that they're making a difference. Which I said earlier in the video, it is not making a difference. You know, it's time to come together and see what type of change Trump and Doge has to offer. You know, because there's transparency. Well, what's better than that? I don't like Maxine Waters, man. She needs to be investigated for corruption. She just exemplifies the reason on why the Democrats lost. They're always trying to play the blame game and point fingers instead of just look in the mirror. Let's keep going, guys.
What? I'm just so over it. That's so played from her. You know, after George Floyd's murder, she would say, get up in their face. I don't even understand it anymore. What is she talking about?
It goes farther back. Remember when Sarah Huckabee Sanders, then White House press secretary, was kicked out of a Virginia restaurant called the Red Hen?
Yeah.
Right after that, Maxine Waters was the first to go out and say, this is a great thing. I want all of the liberals to target Trump people wherever they are, harass them, go after them. She's been on this ever since. And by the way, during that period, it was President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama who said, when they go low, we go high. That's out the door, clearly. And now you're seeing her accusing Trump of being the one who wants to incite violence. No one's, I think, really listening seriously to her anymore when she says that, because within the span of 24 to 48 hours, there's yet another incident like we saw at Trump Tower, where clearly, obviously, people are driven by her hypocritical message to do just what she's saying the other.
She's next to Nancy Pelosi to me. You know, we gotta look into where she's taking all this money and kickbacks from USAID. You know, because it's pure evil. Her and Nancy Pelosi has been taking advantage of the American people for so long. And you see, these people were not going up for speeches when Biden was in office because they kept getting kickbacks. They kept getting money. No, it wasn't until Trump said, I'm going to launch this investigation and I'm going to go after these criminals. Because most of these politicians that are on the TV, the loudest people are have the most to hide because they're against it. You know, because there's going to be a lot of lawsuits flying around. Let's keep going, guys.
Party's doing.
Well, that's the thing. Where's the responsibility among these lawmakers? Like, they know their words matter. They know that their actions matter. So you see what was happening at Trump Tower yesterday. You know it's not right for those people to go in there on properties where businesses and residents are kept at bay, can't even exit what they're paying to live and work in. And she doesn't see that those words are not helpful?
I don't quite frankly think that she cares. I don't think AOC cares. I don't think Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib. And what I think it is, kind of going off the same narrative as the last block here, and from what Senator Fetterman said about kind of the free riders, I think that these representatives that are from very deep blue areas that are not worried about re-election, they say these things simply to get a reaction. They want to be shock jocks. They want to say things that are crazy. They want TV time. They want attention. They're not worried about appealing to moderates or centrists or even trying to get reelected because they know they've either been in there forever or they're in such a deep blue area it doesn't matter. So I think that's why Maxine Waters does what she does. I think she has really no reason not to. It's working for her. She keeps getting back in office.
Well,
we keep talking about her, and I think maybe that's what they want more than anything.
Well, you're not wrong about that. I mean, if you don't make a change, I guess you're choosing it. This isn't the first time that Maxine Waters has said President Trump wants a civil war. Remember these?
Not only are they planning on a civil war if they have to do that, but he's spelling it out specifically how and what they're going to do and how he's going to get revenge, how he's going to attack his enemies. He is capable of starting a civil war. He must be impeached. He must be stopped now.
Okay,
So I'll say this, man. She's dang near 90 years old, right? She's been in there for a really long time. This is an example why we need term limits. And another reason she needs to be investigated is she has a salary like 180,000 probably, and she's a millionaire. She has like $4 or $5 million in real estate. She has a bunch of other assets. We're not talking about that. She's just trying to keep the focus off of her and the focus on Trump because she's the one doing bad. Keep trying to tell you guys, man, you just got to read between the lines.
You know, that's amazing that she said this before and gotten away with it so many times. You know, let's break apart what she said. She said Trump expects violence. I think the only violence Trump expects is against himself at this point. Because we saw what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. We saw what happened weeks later on that golf course in Florida, his golf course. And she went on to say, as she did in those comments, he's working toward a civil war. What does that mean? After this man has incurred 2 assassination attempts, is on an Iranian hit list, who knows who else wants to target President Trump? You're going to make the American public believe he's rooting for a civil war as if to gin up more violence against him? This is positively nuts. But look, the Democrats are in hiring mode. They're lost in the wilderness, like when Hillary Clinton was lost in the field or the woods after she lost the election. They need a voice to take them out of the wilderness. I nominate Maxine Waters. Hire her today, spokeswoman of the party. This woman, give her that job.
Wow. Emily.
I just want to point out that the massive double standard. I agree with you. It's incredibly hypocritical. But could you imagine if someone a little bit younger and on the other side of the aisle was making those comments as, frankly, incitements to violence that she has in the past, you know, saying that we're going to a civil war? Could you imagine if Marjorie Taylor Greene said something like that? Do you realize the uproar and the coverage that we could expect, rightly so, from the mainstream media? And here, I think it's because she's 86 and everyone just, oh, she doesn't mean it. She's somehow forgiven for these incredibly damaging comments, both to her own party and also to safety. We've talked about the weight and the seriousness and the risk of words. And so she, I believe, is among the worst offenders in that way. And it sort of kills me that she's somehow given a pass. And I don't quite know why, because the harmless thing that we've attributed to her, I just don't think that flies. Again, because we've seen what words can do, and we've seen when people with nefarious intent have come to judges' lawns and congressmen's lawns and the like. Yeah, so I'm not sure where that accountability is, but it's stale. And to me, this is the new, by the way, constitutional crisis that we saw for a second. Right? There's always like a hot button, a hot comment of the week by the Dems.
Legally,
so right
can
now
somebody
it's civil
say
war.
something to Maxine Waters?
Well, at this moment, I don't know if there's an actionable damage that has been done. But if I were leadership of her party, whoever's at the helm, I would say you need to curb your vernacular.
At the very minimum,
step away from censure.
On the House floor, you know, those comments are usually
I
challenged.
wrote down what you said because I had never heard anybody play the over 85 card. That's how I interpreted what you said. She's getting a pass. I mean, and it's a blessing to live that old. But if you're going to spew hate and...
It is a blessing to live that old, man, but he repeatedly assaults Trump on live TV. You know, her rhetoric is violence, you know, but they want you to think Trump's the bad guy because he has nothing but a transparent presidency. Sorry. But she's the heart of it because she's doing nothing but corruption. You know, so these Democrats are going to do whatever they can, you know, to take him down and make sure he doesn't investigate them as much as he can. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. We're out.